Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me for another ADM designing tutorial. This is not my job, so I do very few tutorials, especially concerning Blender, as there are literally hundreds of people who do it better. But every once in a while, as with my first video, I come across something that either hasn't been done or has been done several ways, and that information is scattered across the net. That's the case today. I will be talking about how to get rid of fireflies, aka white dots, white specks, or noise, harkening back to the days of staticky TV, which we no longer have, thankfully. I hope this video's quality is better than my last Blender video, as I do have a new computer, but am using QuickTime again, fingers crossed. In the midst of creating a Mylar bag with a clear front for a 3D image, I kept running into the noise issue, both dark and light. I searched the internet and found several solutions, some on short videos and some on old forums, etc. I tried all of the methods and will share those with you, as well as the last method which worked best for me and the version of Blender I am working with. Something to note, different techniques work differently in the different versions of Blender. The method that worked for me might not work for you, but one of the other ones I mentioned might. Method 1, sampling. Blender automatically has this set pretty low. You find sampling under render and the camera. Scroll down and you may have to open it up if it is closed. I go down and set render to 100 to 200 and preview to about the same when I'm ready to start detailing an image, since this does increase the render time. I don't need the image to be perfect when I'm just shaping the object in the beginning. Just doing this took care of quite a few of the dark and light specks, but not all of them. The problem with my object was it was a metal bag with a clear plastic glass front, so the light cast by the lamp was going through the plastic and bouncing back off of the metal bag in the rear. Method 2, move around your lighting so that the reflection from your object doesn't go back into the camera. This did reduce some of the spots when it was at a crazy angle from the side, as it cut down on the direct reflection, but still not all of them. Okay, method 3. Change the color of the glossy material. When I built this object, I made the entire bag first to get the right shape, then I selected the front part and hit P on the keyboard, then separated it from the main body. Then I changed the material of just that separated piece to a glossy see-through material. Remember, for those who are new users, to create a new material and not start adjusting the one still attached to your separate piece, since that will affect the material on the other piece as well. I tried to darken it to cut down on bright reflection, and that did work. It took a couple of those white specks away, but not all of them. And going even darker took more away, but it looked bad, since the plastic should be clear and see-through, not a grayish tint. And method 4, change the other material settings. Messing with the roughness and the IOR took a couple away. So if you just have a few specks, this might work for you. I had too many for this to do much good. Method 5, if you can go to the world icon and turn on ambient light, this lightens the world in general and can cut down on these direct reflections, but in my case it lightened the label too much, and when adjusted the white specks returned. Method 6 was the method that worked for me. Back under the render section and sampling, you will see 2 clamp adjustments. If you just run them up and down by small increments, it looks horrible, so you have to adjust by larger integers. In my case, 1 and 1 worked. All the white dots that were plaguing me are all gone. I still need to smooth out some of the metal, as you can see the hard edges are still visible, but my main concern at this point was just getting rid of the noise. And the final method, method 7, caustics. This is in older versions, I believe, where you can turn this on and off. There are some videos out there and pictures on forums that show you how to do this. I did not need to do it because the clamps worked for me, but if you think that that might help you and you have an older version, then I would look those up and try them out. Okay, hopefully this was helpful, and I hope the quality of the picture was a little better than my very first video. I don't know, what was it, a year ago, 6 months ago, something like that. Anyway, I hope this was helpful to any of you who have white specks and were looking for different solutions. These were all that I found. I'm sure there's, excuse me, I'm sure there's others out there, but again, I mean, I searched for a few hours and these are the ones I found, and these are the ones that worked or kind of worked for me, so hopefully they'll work for you.